That we expected that if he takes philosophy, we will like become some Buddha or something like that, and then become so much empowered with knowledge and all. But then I do not know how far it is going to help us. Hi, I'm Vennela from Hyderabad.
Hi, I'm Auroshree from Auroville. We're on campus.
Yeah.
Hi. Online.
Hi, I am Nishok. Hi, Vennela and Auroshree. I am also on campus. I am in Bangalore.
Philosophy in the sense, only philosophy. What do we have in philosophy actually?
Oh, okay. A bunch of things. So you will probably start by doing something called Introduction to Philosophy. That's your first course that you will be engaging with. You will also end up doing courses in ethics and political philosophy and probably even philosophy of science. So there is a lot of scope for exploration. But coming back to what philosophy per se is, I think one of the loveliest definitions that I like about philosophy is it's thinking about thinking, right? So it's really going to the fundamentals. It's thinking about what sort of assumptions we make, what sort of presuppositions we make while we make any claim about the world. Right, while we make any claim in any knowledge discipline. So which is why I think philosophy is so much more exciting, because there is a little bit of a detective work involved in there, right? It's you can't be deceived by just what you see on the surface. You need to get deeper and ask more foundational questions to see what exactly is being said. I know the author is trying to say something on the surface, but what is actually going on, right? Yeah, so I think there's a philosophy has been thought of in a lot of ways, historically speaking. So right now, the sort of philosophy that we do is attributed to something called analytical philosophy, which is an earlier 20th century tradition that sort of started out there in the Anglophone world and then moved to other parts of the world as well. But we have had this kind of philosophizing going on since then. But the philosophy as a path to enlightenment or liberation, that's also a popular conception of philosophy. But that's not the only one there is, right? So and if that was the case, then most of the philosophers would have been enlightened.
So
but there are also pretty terrible philosophers, just for the record. And as with any discipline or profession, right? You have good eggs and bad eggs. So
So it does touch into spirituality a little bit.
I mean, sure. So one fundamental attraction, at least for me, as far as philosophy is concerned, is nothing is a non-subject matter. You can discuss pretty much anything under the sun, above it, below it. So it's nothing is outside of its field of inquiry. So we do talk about there's an entire field called consciousness studies, which philosophy has a lot to do with. There has been historically a lot of philosophical reflection on many of the topics that have to do with spirituality and monkhood and so forth, right? So particularly in our subcontinent, in our Indian subcontinent, so we have had a very rich philosophical engagement with these topics. Yeah. Philosophy is one discipline which equips you in the broadest sense with capabilities that you can apply across fields, across disciplines, right? Because these are very general skills and capabilities that you acquire, and philosophy is best placed to transfer these capabilities in a much more rigorous and deeper manner than any other discipline. So skills like thinking clearly, thinking rigorously, thinking systematically, and communicating very precisely, and being able to engage with difficult texts and being able to work with people from very different backgrounds. These are skills that philosophy fundamentally equips students with, and these skills can be applied in any area. So philosophy need not be thought of as an end all be all goal, right? I mean, it can also be a stepping stone to do other things in the world. In fact, we encourage our students to not go into a master's into philosophy or a PhD in philosophy. We want them to go into public service, because that's what our entire university is based on, right? We want to help society, we want to make society better. So we want our students, after having gone through training in philosophy, be able to go into public service and really put their training to good and societal use. Right. So if you see, we encourage a lot of our students naturally go into civil service, and some of them go into NGOs. They work as research assistants on projects. So it's a lot to do with. I mean, some get into journalism as well. So it's a bunch of things. Yeah. So philosophy in that sense is best place to sort of give you these capabilities that you can use in a variety of these disciplines and lines of work.